Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
back.
There we go. Hello, hello.
Welcome back. Uh, it has been quite a week since we last
Say
met.
that again.
Quite a week. Let's see, we had Thanksgiving, which I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Black Friday. Enjoying those deals.
I hope y'all did not get assaulted on Black Friday.
Not Black Friday, but later on, today specifically.
So, and simply put, I hope everybody is safe and sound. I'm about to start a new week at work. You know, same old for the most part, outside of a few
Oh.
things apparently.
Thanksgiving surprise.
I'll tell you more about it once things hop in, and I'll give you all a choice. Now, if you like and subscribe, and maybe drop some money and let me know as a donation, maybe we can talk. Say maybe
That's
on my
what I like.
Patreon, or maybe on as a donation. You know, we might be able to come up with some kind of deal to get you in. You know, hush hush like. But seriously though, I do have Patreon. It is $5 a month. I know that we haven't really narrowed down specifically in excruciating detail what's going to offer, but it'll give you a server link into the server, and you get to participate on stream, which is going to be fun, and you'll be able to participate in whatever events are going on in the stream at any given basis.
Big fun.
A lot of fun. Get to know us a little bit personally.
Oh no, more people to get to know personally. Oh no.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
No. No.
So that'll be fun. And you'll be a part of the stream. So that's also incredibly fun. But more importantly, you'll be able to help us make some decisions too. Maybe new games that we can try, or just participate
Many
in
thanks, Twilight.
surveys.
Many thanks.
Thank you, dear. Absolute thank. But outside of that, if you want to comment or subscribe or like or all that jazz.
Constructive comments preferred, but we understand people have hard days.
Not to mention how many times we call nonsense an idiot just because.
Look, I gotta give y'all this. I can be a royal buffoon. A royal buffoon.
There are many words that could be used.
There are many, many words that suit. Buffoon works just fine.
So, if you guys have something you want to watch or want to see me play or have questions, let me know. Comment.
Speaking of things to watch, apparently there's a weird game that we got a call about because you somehow reminded me of it. is a VR game called Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Say what now?
What?
You heard me. You heard me.
Who asked for that?
Someone on the phone, and I thought they were joking, and I looked it up, and it's real.
Oh, well, the more you know, I guess. Huh. Okie dokie then.
Arrange, but sure.
Sure.
Sure. Alright, I'll be right back. Give me a
Mhm.
moment.
But yeah, let's
I'll
go
be
with
right
it.
front right now.
I'm in the middle. But let's see. I picked up a few things on this Black Friday sale actually.
Oh, that reminds me as well, too, for Black Friday sales. Uh, Nonsense.
hmm?
Grim Eclipse is on Switch,
Oh, really?
Mm,
and I have it.
Nice.
And it's like the full version with like all the DLCs and everything.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Now, for those who may not be aware, I am a sociology major. So,
Split major, how dare you?
so games that make me think or have some form of psychological effect, like psychological horror, um, games that where decisions matter are a big allure for me. Mass Effect
Mhm.
is one of them. I adore Mass Effect immensely because of how deep and how thoughtful the trilogy is. Now, keep that in mind. I picked up Detroit Become Human on sale.
Solid game.
hmm So I'm very looking forward to maybe streaming that eventually. I went ahead and picked up the Crisis Remastered series.
Yo, I like it.
Gonna try that maybe eventually. Um, see, I know I picked up one or two more. Oh, I picked up the new Lego Star Wars game.
Oh,
That they really,
Skywalker Saga?
yeah, Skywalker Saga. Yeah, picked that up
What
too.
system? PC?
PC, yeah.
Aw.
Most of what I get is on PC because I'm playing a stream with it. Unless it's like a console exclusive, I'm probably not gonna pick it up because consoles are very expensive. Um, let's see. Um, see, I know I picked up something else. I know I'm missing something. Hmm. Do. No, I've had Days Gone. I thought I'd picked up. Oh, that was on the Blizzard app. Okay, picked up Diablo 2. Need to sit down and get that, play that eventually. Now, for the most part, oh, I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right. That
Hey.
was a big purchase I was
Nice.
excited for. I need to play that eventually too. Now, I know some of these games, such as Mass Effect and stuff like Mass Effect and Horizon and a couple really big games like that take a while to accomplish, like Spider-Man. Um, this will be a good way to put your input in if you're really interested. We are thinking of kinda maybe avoiding those, maybe purely because of how long they take to play, because of all the extra collectibles and all that jazz. But I'm also considering that if y'all want to watch it, doing like a new game plus. That way, it's just quick, it's dirty. We play the story, We can do some of the side stuff if needed, but it'll help push forward into playing the game for the story and the environment more so than having it feel very farmy. If that makes any
But
sense.
but what about this? Hear me out. New game minus, where it's even harder than normal.
Isn't that
Go
just
back to the old school ways.
uh, but so something to think about. I would love to stream them. I have no issues doing so. I mean, shoot, we streamed Arkham City a little bit, and it gave us a chance to play games like Borderlands and stuff like that, which would be more long term, but a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So kind of let me know what y'all think, especially if y'all enjoy Metro and are appreciating its length. It'd be basically like playing a Metro game, as far
We all
as
very much enjoy Metro, yes.
just strict story content without running around doing the extra side quests.
But I like running around and going.
La 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 la.
Ba-la-la-la-la.
So kind of let me know. See what y'all think. And we can go from there. Because I'd love to cover Dishonored at some point too. Dishonored would be a lot of fun. Depending on what happens, I might start streaming more than once a week. It's really dependent on how I feel and how work continues to evolve. But anything that's like comes in a series, we'll do, say, part 1. Let's say, for example, Mass Effect is a perfect example. If it comes in a series like Mass Effect, we play game 1, and then play a different game, or 2 or 3 in a row. Play game
Theoretically,
2.
we could do the same with Metro here as
Mhm.
well, though.
That's what I was thinking of doing, because playing
Yeah.
Metro, while wonderful and fun,
You have to take a break. You
mhm,
have to take a break.
So I think our next stop after Metro was Star Wars Squadrons,
I think
which,
so.
if I remember right, and then we'd be visiting back with Batman, but we'd be going straight into Arkham Knight.
Mm-hmm. Combination of Arkham Origins wasn't technically part of the official Arkham trilogy or Arkham Arkham storyline, or yeah, Arkham storyline.
If I do Arkham Origins, I'll
But
probably do it after Night, and only after I replayed it again to see how I feel about it.
right,
Because
but there's that, and then there's it's by a different company, so
exactly. So with as much mixed feelings I've heard about Origins, I might be something that might end up happening a little bit later. Now, I'm not to say I hate Origins by far. It's just I gotta be considerate of the people I share content with as well. Now, something fun to consider too is that if I do a secondary stream night, we'll probably play something that's kind of farmy for
Stardew
added.
Valley.
I mean, we could do Stardew Valley.
Oh,
But stuff like Fallout or Skyrim. But instead of it being a long, once, a huge, supremely long session, I'd flip flop between the series of games. Like one night could be Skyrim, another night could be Fallout, another night it could be, say, Horizon. if I'm running around and farming. Maybe it's Stardew. Maybe it's Far Cry 3.
Yo, wouldn't mind
Um,
seeing that actually.
you know, maybe it might be Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, anything,
Oh,
or Out of the Outer Worlds, for example.
Speaking of which, anyone excited for the new Gollum game?
Hmm?
Lord of the Rings Gollum.
I've
That's gonna be
heard
interesting.
that it's supposed to be really, really, really cool.
I don't think I've heard about it yet.
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X, and suppose.
Foxo,
Hmm?
Yes.
we lost you for a minute there.
Oh, I was just covering all of the systems it's on: PS4, PS5,
And
Xbox
suppose,
One, Series X,
okay.
and supposedly Switch.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Another one we could cover is The Witcher. They're actually remaking the original Witcher game.
Are they really?
Yes, I saw that the other day. It's in the middle of
Whoa.
development as we speak.
Exciting.
There's
Because I've
actually
seen you play that one, and it looks great, but it does look like it's in need of a massive update.
he's running around.
That and it's a very long game, Skyrim style.
This
Mhm.
mother trucker runs around with his sword above his head, feet planted square to his shoulders, and just whack, whack. So funny. But something else that I'm keeping an eye on. Now, I adore oh dear. Dead Space. I adore Dead Space to a T.
So
However,
what if, follow me here, Dead Space VR?
we'll think about it. But something that I would love to try and play, depending on the reviews, is an upcoming game called the Callisto Protocol.
Yep.
Um,
That's December 2nd, I believe.
Yes, it's a game made by the original team or
Mm-hmm.
lead
Developer.
of Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
And from what it looks like, it's basically Dead Space with extra in it. So, and I saw some gameplay of it, like in their previews, and it's almost tit for tat. For, spanning 3 games that Dead Space does, it's almost tit for tat for all 3. I can see very familiar elements in all 3 in the Callisto Protocol. And now, hear me out. I love Dead Space.
Oh no.
I hate playing around with Origin. Hate it. I do it out of necessity. Granted, they've updated Origin to the EA game launcher, but the original Dead Space doesn't exactly conform to stream friendly.
Mhm.
Try that, didn't work out quite well. Since Callisto Protocol is going to be a more modern take on Dead Space, and furthermore, it's from the original creator, I might pick that up potentially over the Dead Space remake. That's something to consider. I'm considering, but it's nothing I've made a final decision on. Another game I noticed was Evil West. That looked really good. It's got a lot of really positive reviews. It's like Doom in Wild West, but you fight vampires instead of demons.
Oh, Evil West.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, a fairly recent game, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We had someone pre-ordered at work.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of really good reviews right now, but there's a lot of stuff on my wish list currently that is on the big hit. If people like the original Spider-Man, gonna pick up Miles Morales. I've heard that there's a potential 3rd game coming out at some point.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's not even potential. I'm pretty sure it is happening. It's just a case of when.
Gonna pick up
Mm.
the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection on Steam. I'm super excited for
choice.
that.
Good choice. That's I think what 4 and Lost Legacy. I think
I think so.
4 was good. 4 was legit very good. But
Let's see.
it
It's
eh, like I had a couple of issues with it, but like they weren't like major issues. Nothing game breaking essentially.
I want to say isn't it all the games?
It shouldn't be. I know there's the Nathan Drake collection, which is the first 3.
That might be what I need to look for.
Hello, Twilight.
Hey, Twilight.
Things did not go as planned, so I am here.
Welcome.
Sorry to hear that.
That's fine.
Yeah, Legacy of Thieves is 4, A Thief's End, and Lost Legacy.
Okay. That's okay. I got the original 3 on PlayStation 3 anyway. So it's not that big
Which
of a deal.
I swear if they somehow pull an Indiana Jones and pull him back for a 5th game, I'm gonna scream, because 4 is a great way to end it all.
Yeah. But point being is we have a lot to look forward to, a lot on my wish list. And like my Patreon says, you know, a lot of what goes to my Patreon and that is donated is going to be spent towards these games on my wish list that I noticed that I think might be good for streaming. Right now I'm paying out of pocket, which, you know, I don't mind because most of what I pick up I'm probably going to end up purchasing anyway, but, you know, any little bit helps. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, since we have about 2-ish minutes before the stream officially starts, I figured I might as well go ahead and spring the surprise.
Whoa.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I'm scared and
You're
excited.
pregnant.
We don't talk about my food baby like that. Anyway.
I thought that was Bendy.
No, that's a very different story.
Oh my god.
Involving 28 stab wounds?
So, I'm gonna give y'all 2 choices.
Mm-hmm.
I can continue with Mass Effect. No, not Mass Effect.
I was about to say Mass
Excuse me?
Effect.
Metro.
Effect?
We can continue with Metro, which I'm happy to do, or to kind of celebrate the Thanksgiving season, I could play Stardew.
Multiplayer? He
I don't-
immediately pulls out the computer.
I don't know. I just wanted to see what people thought first.
Stardew sounds interesting.
I'm not sure. I'll lean towards Metro. Personally.
Okay.
I'm good for either.
So, first choice is...
Well, let's ask chat.
Well, chat. All
What
2
say
of you.
You
one
control
for
his
Metro,
fate tonight.
1 for Metro, 2 for Stardew.
I guess Cade would be our
Breaker.
our tiebreaker technically.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think, Cade?
I believe. You know what? Do Stardew.
Great. 3 for Stardew. Okay. All right. Now,
Multiplayer?
I don't know. Oh, well, there goes my my alarm. Let me log in first because I'm gonna end up playing on PC. And the game
Fair enough.
changed since
I
I
will
last
have
played.
to like pop off and then rejoin though. That's a given.
Another thing to consider too is this isn't going to be something consistent, and I hate to start a multiplayer game and then drop
I
it.
don't mind.
Mhm,
don't
that's
mind.
what I was.
It's something we can pick up whenever as well. I mean,
Oh, I forgot to do the super fancy game
I
transfer.
love how I can hear it but not see it.
I know, working on it.
Poor
There we go.
bastard.
Well,
Now, Stardew, dear starling child, why are you so obnoxiously loud?
Stardew
top
wants
left,
to be
the little
annoying.
music symbol.
There we go. Good Lord have mercy. Let's see.
I mean, I think that'll just mute all of the music or something, but I think sound effects will still go.
Let's see.
Forgive me, I haven't played computer Stardew in a long time.
Let's see. The Twitch farm. Let's go with that. Everything are subscribers. Intent.
You're right.
Stay.
All right, let's see.
Subscribers!
Let's go with the four
That
corners.
is strangely loud.
All right. Let's see.
Rattle, rattle, rattle. Clearly, you go with yellow. No. Oh, the chicken.
Perfect. Oh, hair color. Let's go.
I also just realized in order for you to send us the invite code,
Now let's make that like red. There we go. You know, what happened to the shirt
sorry.
color?
It looks like he's not wearing anything.
You know, let's
Oh,
go with the
big
leather
heart.
jacket. That's a pair of pants. Bruh.
Bruh.
Okay. Just skip the intro and go for it. There it goes. So, I'm sure people know what Stardew is, but Alright, who's outside of
Yo.
Foxo is participating?
I would, but I'd have to load it onto this rig. Honestly,
I can.
I can't either.
Okay.
Oh, that is loud. Why?
Did you already hop in, Foxo, or did you need the code?
I'm actually in as we speak. I'm just making the character,
Oh, okay.
which is part of why your time has not stopped.
Alright, there's gotta be a settings section here somewhere. It's been a hot minute. There we go. Much better.
Same, so I can actually hear you better.
Alright, so the game is very simplistic. I'm sure everybody's heard of it by now. It's quite literally Farming Simulator 2022 at this point. It's a very heartwarming game. It's very similar to Harvest Moon and a couple of the other kind of farming simulators out there. It's very well beloved for the most part. A lot of people do speedrunning on it, believe it or not. All in all,
Subscribers!
it's a very it's a very quiet, very quaint, very relaxing game. 2, 3.
it's better than that.
It
Very.
is very nice.
I'll work on making the first chest.
It's you don't just farm either. You socialize with townsfolk.
Combat in the caves.
There's
mining.
some combat with mining.
Fishing.
They did have a major update that added an island as
Yeah.
well.
You basically, if I remember right, you had to build a boat to get there, and it's
Not
Like
build, fix a boat from Willy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Willy, no.
Let's see. So, you know, it's a very well built. I mean, it's got its glitches here and there, but for the most part, it's just really, really, really well built. You can have a romantic interest. You can raise kids. Kids don't really
Just
grow
as built.
old, but it's like really best way to call it. It's quaint.
It has the old graphics, which isn't very taxing on any system.
And at the same time, the type of graphics they use feels very nostalgic in a way. It adds to the atmosphere versus it just being a hardware limitation at the time. Because there's a lot of games out that use 8-bit graphics, but it doesn't fit, in my opinion, as well as it does with Stardew. And what amazes me is that one gentleman on his own managed to make it without any further help or development or anything like that, which is really
Apart from,
hard.
I think the music or something.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but that on its own is impressive, and it shows that he has a lot of really, really strong talent. He's coming out with another game.
Haunted Chocolatier.
which is quite nice. Oh, as you go through and you do tasks, you use up energy. As you get further into the game, you're more akin to get. You're going to find more ways to get energy. The way you recover is you sleep at night. If you pass out and run out of energy, you don't lose the game, but it really hurts.
Yeah, you
Like-
start with such low energy. I think you start with like 50 out of 270.
Yeah. And it just generally sucks. Some tasks don't require energy, some do. So it's usually smarter to conserve than it is to use.
I am slow. I must rest in a bed.
See.
What's that?
By Twilight? Yeah. My favorite part is literally just sitting in a bed will let you regain energy slowly.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
This would also be a game on the list of arguably long-term projects that I would stream
Oh.
as well. Because
I'd
just
even
how
debate that we could bring in guest people,
Mhm.
like Twitch, the Twitch subscribers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But either way, there's a lot of opportunity here to take advantage of. It's quaint, it's fun. The game encourages you to try and get as much done within 2 years as physically possible. That could potentially be a limiting factor if we end up playing this just on my own. But you can literally go as long as you want. There's no true end to the game, really.
Mm-hmm.
Stores do not open after a set time, and you find that out very quickly.
Yes. Like now. The blacksmith. I have a love-hate relationship with that blacksmith. He's a good man,
Same.
but he's never...
Never there. Oh,
I haven't
it's
had that issue.
especially
More...
like super obnoxious when like you spent the entire day in the mines and you're just like, all right, time to go sell all this stuff. Oh wait, that's right, fool's closed because I'm going to get there a minute late.
Now, honestly, the person that is arguably the worst is Marnie.
You cannot rely
Yeah.
on Marnie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Marnie is...
Like, I love Marnie.
Well, it's because she's having an affair, duh.
Well, it's like there's been days where I look on, like, through Google, and it's like, yeah, she's supposed to be here. Walk in, guess where she's not.
Where's she supposed to be?
And then you see the mayor's pants. Excuse me, lucky shorts.
I remember when Cade wore the lucky shorts at the luau.
No, he put him in the suit, didn't he?
No, he wore them at the
I did
luau,
both.
and he
Oh.
put them in a suit because I think he did something weird to glitch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I glitched it, so we had 2 copies of it because I only needed 2. One that I then got gilded so I could wear them, and then the other I threw into the soup because it triggers a unique cutscene.
And
Yeah.
he was extra angry.
Big salty. I think that like subtracted 100 from his friendship or something like that.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, he was pissed at me.
Extra
Harry
angry.
Cade was never about making friends with Mary Lewis, though.
No, he wasn't.
Hated Lewis like almost the moment you met him, didn't you?
No, I liked Lewis for quite a while, and then
All right, good night, nonsense.
I just kind of started playing up the like when he sent us a bribe to not do something again.
Oh, it was the chest, wasn't it?
What's up?
Yeah, and that's kind of when I kind of went, I'm gonna play. I started playing it up. You guys got a dang kick out of it, so okay, I'm just gonna keep playing this up.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly have no love or hate for Mary Lewis. It's just kind of funny to keep the joke going.
Honestly,
Fair
that's
enough.
big fair. Getting on wheel. Ah, Willie's back. Yeah, I ended up getting exhausted yesterday, so I actually had a little bit of leeway.
Well, it's a good chance for you to take the time to meet the people out in town, too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna chop this one tree and then probably pop my parsnip seeds into the chest. It is 10:47. A long loading screen.
The game also has in-game events. There's a luau. There's like a almost like a farmer's market. There's a carnival.
Night market in the winter.
Easter egg hunt.
Server has closed the connection.
Oh, I think this is some reason why a lot of the multiplayer ended up failing was because of those server issues. Try again, see what happens.
I'll only have like 10 minutes though.
That's the case, then it's up to you. I'll just carry on if I'll just carry on.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to connect now, but
okay. Anyway, but overall, it's a
On the
very
bright side,
charming.
on the bright side, I did pop all of my resources into the chest before I went poof, so.
Okay. Overall, it's a very charming game.
Connection failed. Oh, there it is. It said join, so. Aha!
Let's see.
There we are. Flipping bats. It just comes straight out of your house.
So what I'll probably do is I'll play this till about 11:30ish.
By the
And-
time I get back, you'll be starting something else.
And then we'll probably go straight back to Metro once
Little girl, come, I must speak with you.
11:30 rolls around. Because as much as I would like to continue playing Stardew, we've got to finish Metro.
Yes. Don't
Especially-
forget, you need to go to the beach and speak with Willie.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of holidays that are going to be popping up, and I like to have at least Metro finished by the time we hit those holidays.
Good idea.
Oh. Bonk.
So that
I got a book. I got a second book.
Ooh, will he let me in? No.
So it'll
okay.
make me the lore master.
Sure. You wish.
Well, I mean, I have been playing the game since basically day 3 or something. Seashell and a mussel. Clam and a mussel.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the blacksmith.
But, with the holidays, especially Christmas coming up, I'm gonna want to do some thematic stuff too. So the quicker we get done with Metro, the better. Because I don't want to get caught up in all the holidays and find out that everybody forgot what Metro was about.
Oh, another book.
And get lost myself.
Whole freaking raptor too.
I'm just gonna build the library solo in like 3 days. I'm missing you. There's not too many.
Alright, who am I missing?
Oh, I am missing you. Bonk.
Pretty sure I've talked to Mayor Lewis already, haven't I?
Mayor Lewis, I think, doesn't count, technically.
Oh no, okay, I got Lewis.
It's like, I think Lewis and Robin are the two that don't count, everyone else does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember in one of the old Harvest Moon games, you could actually get an achievement for not talking to anyone for like, I think 3 months or something.
You're kidding.
No kidding. Like, it was like full on, it was an achievement, it was something that you had to do to like 100% the game.
That's interesting.
Magical Melody, if I remember right, on the GameCube.
Huh. So one of my favorite tactics is to hover in front of their houses when it gets late. They have to
more
come home
favorites.
eventually.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Spend the night at the bar.
Let's see. Let's see. Do.
Leah is south of the farm. I think I need Marty, actually. I need Marty, Leah. You barely come out.
Here's Grumpy.
Oh, I do need Gus. Oh, Wheelchair Boy?
Yeah.
Groucho.
I got him day 1.
Let's see, where's Granny?
Granny, I think, might be taking care of flowers right now. So if you wait until like 5
There
or
she
6,
is.
I think she'll show up. Yeah.
There's Granny. Let's see. There's... Another thing too is something that I don't always get a chance to really thoughtfully appreciate is just how wonderful the music is.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So nice.
I'm gonna quickly catch a fish so I can start building that eventually.
Did I just
Oh,
tag
the-
team 5 individual people? Let's see.
Hey,
I think I did.
grab.
So I thought I talked to Pierre.
Same with Shane. Did I get Vincent? I don't think I got Vincent. Aha, Vincent.
Ah! Gotcha, Marnie.
Marnie's up there. Marnie.
She's just
Marnie!
leaving Pierre's now.
Marnie.
And if I recall right, the last person to get is
Wizard, I think, does not count.
oh, does he?
Mm-mm. Leah is going to be a bit of a pain. I know Sebastian is going to be a massive pain. Might have to wait until like Friday to get them.
Because isn't I want to say Sebastian the one that is at the bar a lot?
Sebastian is the one that stays locked in his room in Robin's house.
Oh, that's right.
Gus is here. You do need to talk to Gus.
I already talked to Gus. Oh, Sebastian, you can. He works at the one shop, the mart.
That's Shane.
Oh, is that Shane? I thought that. No. What the hell is Sebastian do?
Sebastian is the emo kid that's big in computers and D&D.
Oh, yeah, no. I figured that much. Doesn't he have a part-time job, though?
I don't think so. If he has a part-time job, it's not at Joja. I know Shane works at Joja.
I could have sworn he did. Might be going crazy.
I'm missing the doc. Fabio, Leah, Sebastian. I think I can get the doc right now. Oh, that is closed. Alright, I'm gonna dump my end, head to bed, and then pop off so I can watch Rick and Morty.
Roger Dodger.
Copy that.
Roger, copy. I'm gonna leave stuff in the chest because I know we're gonna need some of it for stuff.
Gotcha. Let me see. Where's my handy dandy calendar? Yo!
Hey, I'm level 1 foraging.
See. Yeah, the 4th, 11th, 18th. Before. So 3 more days. Do I want to stream on Christmas Day?
I'm waiting on you.
Sorry.
I would not recommend streaming Christmas Day, no offense.
Yeah, that's what I was considering as well.
I am popping off, so you should be good to pause now.
Oh, thank you.
So once you pause, it won't,
Yeah.
it will actually pause the time.
Christmas Day.
On that note, I bid you adieu for about 30 minutes.
Sounds good. See you later. So that leaves effectively 3 more nights before the holidays hit. And I can do something special as a conjoined Christmas Day, New Year's holiday kind of thing.
That's a good idea.
I like that idea.
We should have Metro done by then. Depending how long it takes for me to finish over the next few weekends. I might wait for Squadrons until after the holiday season ends. And see what happens. Either way, I'll let y'all know I usually make announcements on Twitter. So follow my Twitter if you want announcements outside of anything on Twitch. And of course I'll try to let y'all know as early as possible. Before and after a stream ends. So we shall see. I need to consider what I want to do for Christmas too. I want to end up playing. Alright, let's see. I need Pamela, Leah. Actually, Leah should be down this way. Oh, gee, rice shoots already. I'll be darned. Oh, Mirda. That was a cow. That was a moo.
Moo.
Moo. Let me think. It's Haley, and that's her sister, who I already have. Let's check the bar. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Get lucky over here.
Well, what do y'all think? You want to take a breather from this around 11:30 and finish off Metro, or should we continue with Stardew?
I don't know. You can take a break and switch over to Metro.
You think so? What about you, Cade?
I'm alright if we do that, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Problem. Need something bigger to carry. You get to stay here.
There's something I need to tell you anyway in the middle of that.
Huh?
Something I thought of about events.
What sort of events?
Work events.
Oh. Wanna just text me?
No, I'd like to talk with you about it.
Okay. Is it pertaining to
It's pertaining to a lot of things.
oh. Monday specifically or in general?
In general.
Okay. So I need Leia, Willie. And the purple haired girl. Hmm.
Alright.
Where to find the purple haired girl?
Alright, the server should be fine to.
Graveyard, maybe? No. Ah! There she is. So that leaves Willie and the other girl. Pretty sure I can make that time. Alright. Now, of course, I know I'm skipping a lot of cutscenes. Don't worry too much about that. Stardew is something I've been thinking of streaming. And if I do end up managing to get a chance to stream Stardew, I'd be more than happy to, watch the cutscenes and listen to them and read them so that people here have a chance to fully immerse themselves in the game. So don't panic. Let's see. Might as well go ahead and go to bed. Because I don't know where the other girl would be. On my head. Let's see. I think my favorite part of this game, period, is literally nothing but the farming. Eventually you can purchase animals and you can start doing harvesting resources from the farm animals. You don't butcher the animals, but you do make cheese, get milk, hatch eggs, get eggs, make mayonnaise, a bunch of different things. But honestly, the planting is my favorite. I usually try to bum rush to the greenhouse. Usually. Because, getting the greenhouse going is actually one of the easiest ways to, have consistent source of money, because if you don't feed your animals, they don't produce crops. On top of that, excuse me, they get very grumpy with you. Very grumpy with you too. And that also doesn't quite help. Yo, doggo. Do me a solid.
Huh?
Do me a solid.
What's up?
Whatever this girl's name is, forget what it was. Abigail?
Abby?
Abby?
Mm-hmm.
Spring on a Thursday. Where on earth is she?
Spring on Thursday. I used to remember that. She's usually bebopping around town, if I remember. Spring on a Thursday.
It is good weather, because sometimes that matters.
What time is it?
9:30 in the morning.
9:30 in the morning. She would be in the kitchen.
Where?
In her house.
That's Robin's, ain't it?
No. No, Pierre's.
Okay.
If I remember right. So you gotta wait till 10:30 for her to come out. Yeah. Oh, you can go in. Okay.
She is not in that kitchen, it seems.
Hmm? That's where she lives. Oh, it's 10:30. She would be in Pierre's store.
She's not in Pierre's store.
Leaves the kitchen to stand in Pierre's store at 10:30 a.m. At 1 p.m. leaves the house to go stand on bridge near Jojo Mart. Spring on a Thursday, right?
Spring on a Thursday, year 1.
Year 1, yeah.
She was not in the house. Not in the house, not in the store. Where is this mysterious lady?
6th or 16th of any season?
The 4th.
No. Yeah, no. Should be in Pierre's store somewhere.
Unless she's short. That's Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
Winner for you! Hiding in her bedroom, swear to God.
What? That's not at all. What? He says a Thursday, right?
Yeah, the 4th.
Yeah. Thursday the 4th. Mm-hmm.
Now to scavenge. To scavenge. To scavenge. The great scavenger. It's been so long since I played this. It's very, very rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also, pro tip.
Huh? Yes.
Keep anything gold. And honestly, just keep everything as best you can. Especially early game. Because, you never know when said thing might be incredibly importante. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Oh, that's right. Pump the clay, pump the rock. Very good. Oh. Very, very good. It's to what? Dippity boppity, get off my property. In some cases, one of the things you need too is a little bit of luck with your parsnips to get a gold parsnip. Usually within the next couple seasons, you can actually get everything you need if you kind of know what you're doing and you make the money you need to do so. At least as far as getting the greenhouse is concerned. What I like to do is I like to put a significant amount of money into crops that reproduce a lot on one seed. I'm buying a bunch of those and then supplementing that with crops that don't reproduce but are a bit quicker to grow. Because the ones that reproduce usually take longer to help balance them out.
Honestly, I just spend most of my days doing the mining.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the cave!
Oh,
This is the cave. ETD, DTD. Oh! I was stuck. DTD, DTD, DTD. Woo! Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
oil, boil, oil, oil.
In the box we go. In the box we go. And put your sheep. Put your sheep. Yes. Sleep is good for the soul. Oh. Merle. And usually you want to keep 5, I think. I want to say it's 5. I don't know. I believe Foxo did put extra seeds in the chest. So what I'll do is I'll plant these 15 seeds and water them and then sell the other 15. Or I wonder how many people I'm mad about. Let's find out how many people I can rob. Bugger.
Take the trash.
Bugger. I cannot. And that will be money there. And let us explore. Do the great and mighty harvest, if you will. Hello. What's up? Oh. Can't afford those right now. I think I shall finish off this day and then swap.
Okie doke.
But for the most part, this is a good chunk of what Stardew is right here. You do different tasks. And depending on those tasks, you level up a series of skills. As you level up a series of skills, you get different abilities, and you can craft different things. That was
Which can trivialize the game.
Mm-hmm. You can get it to where whatever crops, whatever scavenging items you get, they're always of a specific quality, bare minimum. Fishing allows you to do a bunch of really neat different things. And you get to choose between, I guess, different types of professions. Like an artisan will focus on selling of artisan goods, and it gives a benefit off of it. You can go straight farmer. Now, it doesn't really change the game outside of making certain avenues easier than others. Oh! I have a starfish!
Oh.
But no matter what you do, each task has a purpose. And I like that, because some games where you farm, you just farm to farm. And it's just like, oh, you know, you're farming, you make money, and you do things with the money. With this, it's, I feel like, a little more intensive. You don't just buy things with your money. You build your farm, you help the townsfolk, I know it sounds very generic, but it's how you go about it.
Hello.
I mean, shoot, you can make...
So,
about to pop off once this day finishes.
Yep.
But it's the way they go about it. Like, you can literally do nothing but farming. You don't have to accomplish anything.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like, a lot of games, I just feel like they force forward progression on you. But this one, it's like, you know, want to farm? Farm.
You want to fish? Fish. You want to mine? Mine. You want to just go spend a day with, your interest, go do that.
Mm-hmm. You can take it as quickly or as slowly as you like, and that's what I really enjoy. And it's not super grindy either. Some games feel super grindy. But that's why when I say it feels like you have a purpose when you do anything. Like, just that simple act of chopping up that block of wood or hitting these stones gives me resources to invest in building and crafting and selling. You know, every little thing can be used different ways. And that's something that I really appreciate. Because otherwise it just feels... And then on top of that, it's the environment and the music. It's very much like Minecraft. Like, when you start playing, you'll get lost in God knows how long.
The music especially, yeah.
And that's what I enjoy about it. Today's gonna take too long, otherwise let me go ahead and just pop off. Got a good bit, a little bit done today. So it always feels like you can get something done. Woo! Looky there.
Nice.
I have basic fertilizer. Made about 525.
Ouch.
Alright. Go ahead and transition. Oh, whoopsie. There we go. Go ahead and exit the game.
Oh, right as the stream actually started working for me on Discord.
Oof.
Oh no, 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 no. I like Exodus, but that's not what I want to play right now.
Huh? Oh yeah, Exodus.
I got the special edition Exodus for free that they ended
Whoa.
up giving me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Just like, yo, guess what? What? Exodus on Steam, don't you? Uh-huh. Guess what they did? What did they do? They released a brand new upgrade to the game. Oh, really?
Nudity, no.
Cool. And where are the details? Oh, it's just a graphical upgrade and performance upgrade, all that jazz. Oh. Nice.
Wait a minute. There's Zora?
That's pretty nice.
Oh, I must catch. Where are you? Where are you?
That's pretty nice. And they're like, yeah. Guess what? What? We give it to you for free. Wait, what now?
Oh.
Uh-huh. It's a free upgrade. Like, bruh. Slap me with it. Slap me with it hard. And you're like, okay, here you go. I'm a little hesitant to play with the upgrade because Exodus alone took a lot of PC power. Not that that was a bad thing.
Right.
But you know, with me having to stream and it using some of my CPU, I didn't want to just eat away at
I
it.
left the train,
Yeah.
then climbed up the tunnel to the Korolev Performance Hall. We were close to Ostankino Tower now. In the frozen streets, we joined the other rangers in the furious battle that began my story.
Oh. Furious
Oh.
battle.
Oh wait. Oh, you're not streaming it on Discord.
Oh,
right.
whoopsie.
It's like,
Uno momento. There we go.
there we go.
There it is.
Because I was just like, wait, why can't I see it?
Glad
Oh,
to see you, Colonel. Did you hear that?
we're in
Listen,
tower, right?
what the hell?
I believe so.
Form a circle.
So there's 2 notes. Did you already find it?
I believe so.
I'll take a tumble after riding the elevator up the tower. Once the controls turn you down, we'll be riding your feet. On the first note. Fire! Reloading.
Oh, where'd you come from?
Oh!
What are you doing? Are you trying to assert dominance?
Fire!
Are you trying to assert dominance, good sir? No.
Penis!
Ow. Wait, what? Uh oh. Story cutscene.
Bang, 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 bang.
Go away, or I'll taunt you a second time. I said go away! Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberry.
Oh lord.
Oh,
A wombo combo there. The. The.
The order is dispersed. That's our only chance to reach the tower. Follow me, Kurt. Let's go for a second. Turn the left. Turn the right.
take it back now, y'all.
One shot this time.
One shot, one shot.
Let's go.
Achievement unlock. Shocking.
All right, go,
What is it?
go, go, go.
But that's not a taser.
Oh, I have ammo. Speak to you. I didn't give you permission to do that.
Come on, okay.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Nobody here is allowed to. Oh God. Well, that was a clip gone.
A clip or a mag?
Yes.
They are different.
Артем, take a look at that room. Almost there.
Because if you're not careful, you can eat up the shotgun
Ammo.
bullets in here. Yeah, you can eat them up something fierce. Because this is a fully automatic firing. Well,
Imagine if you could hold like a butt ton of ammo for it. Ow.
All right, go, 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 go.
oh, whoops!
Just try to knife him in the leg. What the hell, man?
I was trying to find my what was the button I used to do the
Controls.
I know I just used it too. Q, that's right.
You know, Q drops items.
Okay, let's go find a way to the top. This way.
This is also one of the more dangerous parts of the game right here too.
And by
That's-
dangerous, you mean fun.
No, the library was fun. This is dangerous. And by fun, I mean
Right to the top.
puckering, terrifying.
Thermal optimus level. Easier said than done.
For note 1, you will take a tumble after riding the elevator up the tower.
Okay, I have an idea. Climb on
That's right.
We might have missed a safe.
top of the elevator. We'll try to unlock the counterweight stopper.
After Miller saves you from the demon, you'll fight your way to the base of the tower. On the far right, look for an old bus. The key is on a body laying next to it. Did you get the key?
No,
Come on!
that's alright.
Come on, sugar! Come on! Voila!
That's right.
Join the elevator set. It will be fun.
Actually,
But nonsense, the achievement.
I believe I've gotten the achievement before, though. Alright, we're about to
Go
do...
back and find the bus? It's
No,
out, like it is outside.
yeah. Yeah, no, I can't. Oh, wait. Yes. Because most of what the events that occurred up to now, I think, were scripted.
Whoa.
There's
Look
the
for
bus.
the bus. Dead body next to bus.
Артем, that's not good! Go back!
Ow!
Oof.
Okay.
Well,
The option may be quick.
Hey, can you give me a little more specific than instead of just next to the bus?
I think it is that bus. It's like near the middle of that bus.
Let's see. Looks like we might have to play fun time with a demon
Flappy
or
boy.
two.
demon.
Come
I heard
on.
of Flappy Bird, but this is ridiculous.
Shit.
And this is for the key.
What exactly is the safe?
The safe itself is Right before you and Miller get on the top of the elevator, turn left and keep going until you go to a door. Go inside, turn left, and that's it. Dave is sitting on the floor. But the key is there at that bus by the look near the middle of it.
I'm told that's my goal. Go back.
That's the key there.
Did I get it? I might have. So left of the elevator?
Ready to the top.
Yeah, through a door.
As you see the road.
Let's see it.
There's your door.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I don't think it saves between, or I don't think it keeps items between loads.
No. Might have worked it.
You may just have to go for speed.
I'm told that's my goal. Go back.
I don't think I can get it.
Hmm.
Because once that, I think that's a scripted sequence. Even if I could, I wouldn't be able to,
Yeah, it
Bite it
looks like a
off.
scripted sequence. You may have to like go from the start of the level or something.
let's go to main menu. Gonna have to.
I mean, we're at the end with this too.
Yeah.
So it's not. It literally is the last level.
Miller and I left the train, then climbed up the tunnel to the Korolev Performance Hall. We were close to Ostankino Tower now. In the frozen
Bear with me just a moment. There we go. Let's see.
Glad to see you, Colonel. Did you hear that? Listen. What the hell is it? Form a circle.
Besides, I get to use my super fancy shotgun again.
Yay!
Yoo!
Quadruple barrel?
Nah. Oh, oops.
Nice. Getting slapped on both sides. Shot your friend in the head.
He's fine. It's only emotional damage.
I don't know. I think it's piercing damage.
Ow.
Demons!
I had a friend. Then became lunch.
He is now squishy.
Yes,
We now
very,
have
very
nicknamed him
squishy.
Squishy.
He's very, very squishy. Squish.
Okay. The order is dispersed. That's our only chance to reach the tower. Follow me, Artyom. Don't
Alright.
stop for a second.
Remember,
Turn
nonsense.
left.
The bus.
Turn right.
Yeah, there's the bus.
Alright, go, 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 go!
It's
We get it?
it's like hard to spot. It's like next to his arm, but I think you might have got. Oh, maybe.
Ugh.
Follow me, Artyom. Don't stop for a second.
Even in the picture that's posted, it's kind of hard to spot. But it's like next to his left arms while he's laying on his side.
Okay. I will try again, but we at least have spotted the body. That's important.
That's
Yes.
step one. Where's the body?
It's next to the body, on the body, in the body, body.
To do with a
Get
body.
bodied. Get bodied. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let's go! Here! Come on, let's do it!
Oh!
Darn it.
Right as I look over.
Follow me, Artyom. Don't stop for a second. Turn the left! Turn the right! Let's go! Here!
There we go.
Come on, let's get
I
out
loaded
here.
me up on the gold bullets. So, the gold bullets can actually be used as ammo as well.
You mean the money?
Yeah.
Click, click, click.
However, it's actually recommended that you use them as a last resort. But the amount of damage they do is nuts.
Incendiary, essentially, right?
Yes, it does fire damage, and it does extra damage as well.
Let's go!
It's quite
Bus,
literally...
Bus. Quick, the bus.
It's a problem. That it there it is.
There's the key, there's the key. Found the key, found the key. Found the key next to the dead guy.
Let me grab the key!
Key! Covering fire. Go, 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 go. Get inside.
Right back here!
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I have to say, that's why. I have to stay close to him.
Don't stop for a second.
Had to stay close to him, that's why.
Okay.
That's why that's a scripted sequence.
Alright, go, 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 go!
Miller, what on earth are you doing?
Go, go, go.
Well,
Oof.
yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna use it for in this last level? I mean,
Come on, let's get out of here! Go!
click. Uh-oh. Clickly tappy. Nice.
Ah!
Go, 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 go!
Go, go, go. Better get that key. I think you got it, 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 you got it.
Go!
I just saw it go poof.
There it is.
Artyom, take a look at that room. Almost there!
There we go. Okay.
There will be one hell of a
I'm like 80% sure you got it because I just saw it go poof.
I'm pretty sure I got it.
We are invisible. And we taste like shit.
Alright, go, 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 go!
Now quiet. Come on.
Okay, we're good to go now.
Okay, let's go find a way to the truck. This way.
That was a mess.
This better open.
Ah!
Hey. There's nothing in it. Ah!
White.
Bang! 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 All that trouble for
Not-
all that.
Nonsense! Nonsense!
Oh.
Turn around! Turn around! On the bookshelf thing, or next to it. Teddy bear!
Teddy bear!
Teddy bear!
Teddy bear!
Teddy bear!
Teddy bear! Alright, come on.
Subscribers!
Yeah!
Alright to the top. You're an eternal optimist, brother. Easier said than done.
Teddy bear!
Okay, I have an idea. Climb on top of the elevator. We will try to unlock the counterweight stopper.
Eh.
Come on! Come on, sugar! Come on! Voila! Join the army, they said. It will be fun.
I'm in danger.
Brace yourself. It's gonna get a bit rough.
A bit? Ow! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
That sounded fun.
Are you okay, Tom?
No! My head's
So
hanging over.
after this, look at your feet.
Target's got it. High clouds.
Beep 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 beep.
One labor step after another, rising up the tower. We come from underground, and we're storming the heavens. Lead clouds all around like impenetrable walls. The steps are badly decayed and crumble beneath our feet. The wind seems to be strong enough to peel our skins off our bones. We aren't welcome in the heavens. Our place is down there.
Alright then, Tom. Now we need a way to get you out here. It's gone! Try looking for the way up top!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers up my spine.
Shrieking souls will shock your soul. Seal your doom tonight.
Ah!
Can't you fuck up? I'll show it to them!
Ah. Oh.
Ah!
Are you back on top?
Well, I got my front.
There is a staircase nearby. Go upstairs.
Uh-oh.
Well done. Come in,
Come in,
Adam.
Norman.
You just fended some demons off. Still going on.
Ah!
Ah!
Come in! Miller! Miller!
Shoot, Artyom!
Artyom! Miller, come in!
After Miller is wounded and you continue up, you will come to a door opened by a wheel. Through this door and to the left next to a skeleton is the final entry.
Come in, Una. I've been wounded. You keep in touch with Artyom. Over.
Roger that, Colonel. Over.
The laser won't do us any good here, Artyom. The clouds are way too thick. You've got to climb as high as you can and set the guidance system.
Have I made it into the stream yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Move. Everything depends on you.
It was the first time too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yes?
You don't sound okay.
Define okay.
I don't know.
What is
Okay
this
is
okay that you speak of?
right.
Unless they want to go.
All right. Let's see. So let's say I roll around this way. I climb. Ah, that's right. Climb up this. Okay. It was an open doorway opened by a wheel.
A door opened by a wheel.
That's a very odd description. Do I climb up a ladder before I reach it?
It says after Miller is wounded and you continue up, you will find a door that is opened by a wheel. Through the door and to the left.
I guess I gotta climb up the ladder.
I would
Alright.
assume it's just
Anybody with a
Whichever way
fear
you
of
have to go.
heights, be very, very aware. We're very high up.
Mm-hmm.
now look down.
I might have to. Like that. Oh. I died. Interesting.
Fascinating.
Is that the way you're supposed to go up?
I thought so.
Was there a button prompt?
Maybe. Yeah, there was a button
Quickly
prompt I
tap
missed.
E. Quickly tap E. I'm gonna assume it's always gonna be quickly tap E.
Good assumption. A door with a
Nonsense,
wheel.
what's down?
Buildings? Death? Ulterior motives?
He's here. He's here.
Okay, I don't like that.
Can hear us. Can understand us.
Is that the first door with the wheel, or is that the... that's the only door with a wheel I would see.
Again, I'm gonna assume it's the first door with a wheel that you come to, and it'll be to the left, next to a skeleton.
Ah!
Rawr.
Blogger! Yes.
There you go. Nice.
I'm all alone now. I have to do the most critical part myself. Nobody to
But
shove
nonsense, we're right here.
Well, nobody to shove the responsibility onto, nobody to ask for help. The fate of the human race is in my hands. as well as the fate of the Dark Ones. And with each step taken, my assuredness and justice of my actions dwindles. With each step, I'm asking myself more and more questions, kind of those which could be answered by Khan only. But Khan isn't here either. I'm alone on top of the world. I could see things I couldn't see from anywhere else. Hear things I couldn't even imagine. I feel the presence of the Dark Ones. I hear them. Strange images crowd into my mind. Echoes of alien thoughts echo in my head. I know the Dark Ones can enter the minds of men, driving their victims insane. Could this be what's happening to me? Must make it. Must stay sane. I must target the missiles. I hope I can. Alright, when we get nearer to the final ultimate decision, I will share with you kind of what happens. Kind of what happens and get in an effort to help people who might not understand what's going on.
I have at minimum one thing to add. God!
Here comes the consequence. I can hear the consequence coming for me now. Oh, thank you again. Alright, now here's the fun bit. Try and remember how I climbed up here to begin with.
Magic.
Clearly by grabbing things and going up.
No.
Clearly by climbing.
Crunch.
Okay. Twilight, I got a question for you.
Yes, dear.
Where do I climb?
I don't
Since you
know
know
where you climbed from.
Since you know so much. I climb from that.
Well, do it again.
I can't.
Well, sounds like a you problem.
No, it's not. Because I asked you to solve the problem since you clearly know what you're doing.
Well,
Hey, look, a ladder.
obviously.
Have you tried the ladder?
Gee, Twilight, did you know there was a ladder there?
I had no clue.
Come in, Artyom. Come in.
Gee. Backseat gaming, everybody. Don't you love it?
Well, yes, I am. Now grab the other ladder before you forget how to climb again. Oh, you stupid fucking Eggly buff.
Okay. That is the Dark One's
Tentacle.
most wonderful embodiment of Eldritch horror.
Tentacle.
Cade?
Cade? You're here? It was
I
my
didn't realize Cade made
plan
an appearance.
all along.
Always have been.
Artyom, this signal is just perfect. Hold on for just one more minute and we'll get them.
If only you had the ammo.
He's coming to destroy us. Why? He cannot be allowed.
The Council of Dark Ones has spoken.
They always do.
Kaboom.
They never change.
Oh. All right.
Oh god, I hate that FOV. Oh, I hate it.
Juicy, ain't it?
Oh, that is not nice.
Why are
Now-
we in Quake?
Now, here's the question I want y'all to ask yourselves, since y'all have
Middle.
been part of the series since the beginning. What do you think is going on?
Drama.
I don't follow the question.
Artyom
You mean
is being
with the dark ones or what?
Artyom is being shown a decision that he must make.
Okay.
What do you think that decision could be, and why?
Kill or save the dark ones.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot be allowed.
Well, I think you already made the decision for us.
You will be stopped.
It was more like a hypothetical decision that we had to make.
No, actually. It's a very real decision. Okay, so what was Khan's purpose in the
I don't
game?
remember who Khan is.
The spooky
Khan
church
was
guy?
trying to... Spooky what?
The spooky church guy?
Oh, yeah. Basically, church misinformation. Yeah.
So, Khan's whole purpose in the game was, in summary, to state that not everything is as it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Sometimes the clear answer is not always the right answer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Never is. Usually.
we are faced a decision to either save the Dark Ones or kill them. Now, all we know is that the Dark Ones have been attacking us,
Mm-hmm.
at least as far as our perspective is concerned.
But here's the big question. What are the dark ones?
And here's the
Or
bigger question.
who are the dark ones?
Have they been attacking us?
The answer to my question could theoretically be nobody, if that's what we're going with.
They kind of cover more of what the Dark Ones are in the second game.
I feel like they don't touch them at all in the third.
No. They do not. Because as far as everything is concerned, the plot line with them was
Resolved.
So, it begs the question, what do y'all think is the right answer, considering what was just stated in front of you just now?
I mean, if you kill them, what do you actually kill?
If it's hostile,
Oh, if you kill him, you kill him.
destroy him.
I'll give you details of what goes on in a minute.
You reap what you sow, Artyom. Force answers force. War breeds war, and death only brings death. To break this vicious circle, one must do more than just act without any thought or doubt.
20 seconds to homing procedure completion.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the canonical answer to this question. And then I will discuss the other answer to this question.
10 seconds to homing procedure completion.
Let me through.
5, 4, 3, 2,
And now it's not there.
1. Homing procedure complete.
Artyom, the missiles are in flight!
A wise man once said, "He who leads a war for the love of his fellow men will defeat his enemies." I led my war protecting my family and friends, protecting my home, the metro. We had won. But to this day, I wonder, when we burned the Dark Ones from the face of the earth, was something lost as well?
So that was the canonical response. This is the decision the second game assumes you made. The plot line. This is the decision in the book series that was made. So basically, in a nutshell, what Khan was trying to imply was that the Dark Ones may not have been actually trying to attack us as humans. They, and it goes a little bit to the second game, they were simply trying to communicate, but nobody was really able to survive the psychic onslaught of them attempting to communicate. However, because, you know...
Except Artyom, really.
And they go into that in the second game, as to why he can't, and why he doesn't go bonkers and die. But, what ends up happening is, in the middle of them trying to communicate, the humans misunderstand the intent. Because, you know, when humans die in swaths because of this entity, their first reaction is defense and kill, well, what's being a problem, instead of looking at it objectively. And so, the second decision is Artyom realizing, wait a minute, Han's right. It doesn't feel right to kill them. They're not trying to kill us. They have more than enough ability to have slaughtered all of us in waves without trying. Why are they as passive as they are and only retaliating when they are physically attacked? Because look at how they treated Artyom when they knew they were in danger. They were very aggressive. And so the second ending basically states that you weren't sure that was the right decision, but it's the decision you led to it, but it felt right. Versus this one. But that's why Khan in this game is so important. That's why a lot of what Artyom was thinking when he was with Khan was, in summary, reality does not equal your perception. Perception does not equal reality. And that was what he was trying to imply to Artyom, as well as the thought processes that, evil only begets evil. War only begets war. When does the cycle break?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very real, very raw truth that I feel like a lot of people today don't understand, is that retaliation, retaliation just for the sake of retaliation does not solve a problem.
Correct.
However, it's okay to defend yourself, but also be aware that whatever you do to defend yourself has
Expect retaliation.
Retaliation or unforeseen consequences, like you see here. Artyom just basically wiped out an entire species in one show, in one shot. That was the unforeseen consequence of him not potentially understanding. They were simply trying to communicate. Now, it doesn't always lead to that such extreme, but it's still, if you look at historically, look at all our previous wars, some wars were fought justly, in the sense that it was a war.
They had a purpose.
They had a purpose, and it was something unavoidable. But there's some wars that were fought just to fight it. Just because.
Vietnam, what?
Mm-hmm. So, regardless of your position on what war was important or not,
right and wrong,
it doesn't matter. Because this is the same question that we need to answer for ourselves. It's the same question that we need to answer so we grow as people. Because honestly, and truth be told, morality be damned in war. Really is. Kill or be killed is what it devolves into.
Survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm. And the people who are fighting this war answer to the people in charge. And sometimes the people in charge forget that. That's why it's up to us as a society, up to us as individuals, to keep that in mind. Because sometimes things aren't black and white. Regardless if it's media, or quote-unquote fake news as they call it, regardless of its interpersonal, family, friends, relatives, doesn't matter. Always keep an open mind, because sometimes just because someone behaves one way doesn't necessarily mean they're trying to hurt you. Maybe they're just trying to save themselves, defend themselves, trying to share some kind of truth that you may not have heard before.
Went the wrong fucking way.
Alright. Anyway, it's 12:30. And that means that it's time for us to go.
Yay!
Oh, you didn't want to show the other route first?
I can.
If I remember right, there's not a lot to it, though, honestly.
Basically, you shoot the tripod, and the missiles aren't launched. And he has a quick little quip. Tell you what, though. Next week, I'd be more than happy to boot it up so we can see the previous. Actually, no.
Hmm?
Let's wait until we play Metro 2.
2033.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because with Metro 2, it would be a good way to refresh ourselves, go through the 2 different options again.
Metro Last Light isn't the name of it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we can go through the good ending, which I believe we should be more. So those decisions where we get the little white flash, like giving the money to the kid,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
those help you unlock the good ending.
It showed 4 doors. Does that mean that there's 4 possible endings?
No, there's only 2.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
just them trying to confuse you.
Okay.
So when you were standing
some-
over his body after you shot him,
I was discombobulated.
yeah. The ultimate decision happens when you stand over his body and you shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
That's at the end of the day the ultimate decision right there, if I recall right. But we can easily go through the next 2 and refresh ourselves before we hit Last Light because that's going to be important.
Oh yeah.
I will say I very much enjoyed Exodus. So
Mhm.
Last Light's going to be a brand new experience for me entirely.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Did
Honestly,
you see
don't get me
2033
wrong.
before?
2 people, what now?
Sorry. Go ahead. Nonsense.
Did you see Metro 2033 before?
Not all the way through. This is
Okay.
my first time all the way through.
Okay. But Last Light leads after and goes into more detail of what the relationship between Artyom and the Dark Ones. A love
Okay.
interest presents itself that leads into the 3rd game,
Right.
and a couple of things are answered. And the consequences of the Rangers accessing D6 comes to the forefront as well. So there's a lot. It's a lot to unpack for Last Light as much as the first one was. But it's a very good series.
Oh yeah.
Believe Nexus Squadrons. I
Be
will
a good breakaway.
Squadrons is very short. If we finish Squadrons before we hit Christmas, I don't think we will, but we might because of how short
We
it is.
might. I don't think it's that long.
No. What we'll probably do is just do something short and giggly, maybe something multiplayer. I don't know. Really depends on what happens, and I'll try to find something that's appropriate for Christmas.
More Stardew.
Let's see. Actually, what Bigfoot for Christmas? That'd be hilarious. Do the snow map,
Everyone wears
The
Santa
snow map.
hats.
right? Let me think. What do I have that would be quote unquote Christmas related? Doesn't look like I have much.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it
I got
doesn't
a
look.
wild suggestion.
Mhm.
Christmas Shopper Simulator.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
god, please
that
no.
would be amazing to watch.
Is that VR?
No, it's an old it's an old game made by a like game store
Mm-hmm.
in Europe to promote their games, but it's known for being extremely buggy.
Oh.
Like
It is beautiful.
not unplayable, but everything doesn't quite work like you expect it to in the best way possible.
sounds interesting.
I'll have to show you.
Honestly, the only thing that comes to mind that would be super Christmassy is either the Bigfoot
Mm-hmm.
or potentially booting up Payday again and playing the Christmas heist.
Did
Chris-
Borderlands 2 have any Christmas something with it?
It
Actually,
had like
something super
one.
small. It was like a super small DLC, something something you can do in what, an hour?
Mm-hmm. Not even that, honestly. Probably like 45, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since at this point we'd know what we'd be doing, so.
Yeah.
You guys would.
Let's see. Either way, we'll figure something out to celebrate the holiday. It could probably be we could probably just bounce between a few different things. Because I know Deep Rock is going to have a Christmas themed event. Then there's the Borderlands Christmas DLC for 2. There's the heist for Payday 2. There's the Bigfoot Christmas map. That'll be kind of fun. There might be some tabletop games through Tabletop Simulator that we could try that'd be a bit Christmassy. It'd be kind of interesting if they came up with a Secret Hitler variation for Christmas.
Oh, the Secret Santa.
Secret Santa, something like that, yeah. Either way, I'll put my head to it and see what we can figure out. But as far as Christmas is concerned, I'll probably end up streaming that the week before, the week before. And then
Off for Christmas.
maybe being off for Christmas. And if I'm not off for Christmas, it'll probably just be something me and the guys do just to kind of goof off. Something relaxing. I might just stream Ratchet and Clank again. Something super basic, super easy, where we can all relax and enjoy ourselves and talk about the events.
Something dark side.
But either way, I'll keep y'all in the know. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed tonight's little mini surprise. I hope you enjoyed the finishing off Metro 2033. And I hope you look forward to me bebopping around in squadrons.
Expect many R2D2 screams.
Quite literally, actually. So, on that note, I will talk to y'all later. Night.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.